Pam Bondi, Donald Trump's hand-picked attorney general, just got hit with a brutal reality check. A major prosecutor just went on national television and issued what can only be described as a professional death sentence. If Bondi moves forward with Trump's corrupt $230 million scheme, she could lose her license, her reputation, and her job. We've seen this playbook before. Trump bends the law until it breaks, and then he makes everyone around him pay the price. This time, it's Bondi's turn. The warning she just got is nothing short of devastating, and it connects directly to Trump's plan to shake down the Department of Justice for $230 million in taxpayer cash. Let's start with how the corruption spread.
So in response to Trump's pardon of the former Binance CEO, you heard what Senator Elizabeth Warren said. If Congress doesn't stop this kind of corruption, Congress owns this kind of corruption. Explain to me how exactly Congress can do that.
Elizabeth Warren is spot on. Look, we have a president who is enriching himself and his family in an obscene wealth that is unprecedented in American history. And people need to wake up to what's going on. It's corruption right before our very eyes. I mean, you had a foreign billionaire who was convicted criminally of money laundering to Hamas and to Iran. And he invests money in the president's family's stablecoin, and that basically helps him get a pardon. And the president's family is making millions of dollars as president of the United States. I'm introducing a resolution to say that we need to stop the president, his family, or any members of Congress from trading in crypto, and certainly from accepting any money from foreign governments or foreign entities. It is corrupt.
This is the pattern. Corruption disguised as policy. Trump pardons a billionaire with ties to Iran and Hamas, a man who invested in his family's crypto empire, and then turns around and rewards his inner circle with new power. Bondi isn't acting as America's top lawyer. She's acting as Trump's personal shield. But the more she defends him, the deeper she's digging her own grave.
Taco Bell Fluffy has become increasingly popular over the last couple of years, even serving free meals to military service members during the shutdown. But now they are closing their doors as the mother of the business has learned that she has an unexpected deadline to leave the country. Gio Zelaya founded Taco Bell Fluffy with his family in 2023, using recipes passed down through generations. In a social media post, Zelaya shares, despite his mother living here for 20 years and holding a work permit the last 10, her most recent renewal was denied and the permit was revoked. Because of the situation, Taco Bell Fluffy will be closed until the end of October. Immigration attorney Jerry Garrettson, who is not representing the family but spoke generally, says revocations can be common in the current administration.
And so there's not, in the old days, it was a more compassionate, right? USCIS, they would say, hey, let's try to get this figured out. These days, they're saying, get out of here now.
Garrettson says once a visa is revoked, options are limited.
The options are they can appeal. And so it goes to judges, right? And so the immigration judges. The judges are likely going to be incompetent or right-leaning, so they're just going to throw it away anyway. So there's, yeah, you can appeal, but there's just really, or find another option, right?
Now, Gio Zelaya was here just about 30 minutes ago. He was posting a sign to the door letting people know that the doors will be closed in the meantime. He was here and he said that multiple people have been coming by trying to get into the taco shop, but unfortunately it is closed until the end of the month. He told me things are moving fast and they are actually leaving tomorrow to head to Honduras for his mother. Reporting live, I'm Aria Circa.
While Trump's allies like Bondi enrich themselves through corrupt pardons and backroom deals, working Americans, immigrant business owners, service workers, families are being destroyed by his policies. That's the real story. The cruelty isn't an accident, it's the point. And now the same legal experts who exposed Trump's self-dealing are warning Pam Bondi. If she keeps going down this road, she's about to go down with him.
When it works, the Constitution tries to guard against those corruptive temptations.
Well, so let's remember before this happened, we have examples that appear completely extortionate, whether it's ABC, CBS, law firms being, your phrase was shaken down. You have universities being shaken down. Here, the difference is that he is on both sides of this, so that he is basically the plaintiff, and he's saying, oh, you know what? the fig leaf of this bogus claim is, I'm going to say it's meritorious, and guess what? I get to judge it. So I'm going to be the plaintiff, and then I'm going to judge it. So he doesn't actually need to engage in the kind of extortionate activity of the type that Rachel referred to, the litany of things that we've seen with law firms and academic institutions and media organizations, because he can actually just order the Department of Justice to say, just settle it, because guess what? I've determined I'm the plaintiff, and I've determined I'm right. And so it is both obviously ethically wrong. I should say, if you are Pam Bondi and Todd Blanche, they do have, there are bar associations that can get involved and can look at their conduct if they decide that they are going to handle this matter, in spite of the fact that there's an obvious conflict, because it's the president who appointed them. It is the former client of theirs. So there's really is good reason within the Department of Justice to make sure that career people are handling this, because if career people handled this, they would be fighting it up one side and down the other, saying that he just doesn't, his fig leaf is just a ruse to get this money. And they would make the arguments they make every day of the week when people similarly tried to get money, saying they really prevailed. And the government usually, except in the most extraordinary circumstances, says, no, you haven't prevailed. You're not entitled to this money.
Bondi's not just walking into an ethical nightmare. She's walking into a professional firing squad. If she helps Trump steal $230 million from the Justice Department, she could face bar discipline, legal sanctions, and permanent disbarment. That's the kind of warning you don't ignore unless you're planning to go down with the ship. And let's be honest, Trump's entire circle always ends up sinking with him. So here's the bottom line. Pam Bondi isn't a victim. She made a choice. She chose Trump over truth, and now the very legal system she helped corrupt might be the one that finally holds her accountable. Because while Trump plays dictator, the rule of law still exists, and the people still have the power to expose corruption and demand justice. If you believe in that, hit subscribe, like, and leave a comment below, because together we can keep the pressure on every official who tries to use power for profit. Democracy depends on it.